Well, here's an update. This is more of a personal update to keep you abreast of what's happening and letting you know what's going on with the channel and the research. We think we've come up with some awesome survival tips. Some of them we haven't pushed them on platforms. The moringa seeds, we haven't even pushed that on platforms, and we were already back ordering. So the whole issue I'm facing right now in terms of keeping you abreast of where we're headed in the solar system and how that pertains to everything else that goes on around you. The research has been hard, and the production of quality video is challenging, because not only have I torn a bicep muscle in my arm and no lifting for 4 weeks, I'm having to move. And not only am I having to move, but I actually had to file an injunction against harassment from a co-landlord. It's two landlords, and one person gets on the deed. You know how it's the old-fashioned way. You can get on a deed of a house and not buy into the house is just by being there. And so one of the landlords decided to get involved in a personal dispute with her son and myself, and run to the man-child's rescue, and somehow try to do something retaliatory, which is forbidden, but she thinks she can get away with it. Entitled people do this, narcissists do this, especially ones who drink a lot. But so I'm rehabbing an arm. I'm not released from the care of an oncologist yet. I've involved in this legal crap, and move out yesterday when you can't even button your own shirt. You're like, well, the other landlord wants me to stay. Of course, rent is going into his account, not hers, and so. But she's talked about doing things that are all illegal, like shutting off power. I mean, come on. So, then, to make matters worse, my mom passes away a week ago last Saturday. So, if it seems like I've been remiss in my responsibilities, I do apologize. And just know that I'm thrilled to be going through every second of it. I really am. I mean, I wish I could be doing other things, but when doctors are scaring you that you're in your deathbed and that your family can come for 15 minutes and pay their last respects to you, every day you wake up saying, well, I didn't die last night, am I going to die today? When you go through that and you live in that, you're not there for a moment, a flash before your eyes. You're there every second of every minute of the day and every day. And so you live in that realm, and I do recall that prayer going through my mind. It's not because I chose to have it in my mind. It was just there. I'm in a dark room. I'm wearing a mask, obstructs the vision. It's just amazing that I'm here to be going through what I'm going through today. And Mom was 98. She had very little quality of life. She had been bedridden for 3 years. Degenerative arthritis of the spine and hip, unable to walk. So we set up a nice airbed in the living room and put the TV right at her feet and sat her up with the electric bed, um, and she lived in that bed for 3 years. She was legally blind, hard of hearing. Um, you know, just impossible to move her anywhere without creating pain. So, um, you know, the thing about her is for 3 years, pulled the night shift at home, keeping her at home, keeping her out of the nursing home, and with other siblings. And other siblings were there at different hours, and I pretty much did the night shift. And when she finally went to the restroom at 2 or 3 a.m., then I would go to bed, and then when I'd wake up, then she'd be asleep on the couch. The airbed worked out great. Didn't no skin breakdowns. She got excellent care, usually from family members. So that shows what can be done when we all decide to make a commitment. And mine was 3 years, and I felt trapped, but I felt like it was the responsible thing to do. But in that time, I mean, can you imagine how much downtime I had? Not being able to leave the house for 12 hours at a time. So that perfectly allowed me to establish a YouTube channel and to do research, and how that has changed my life in so many ways, sometimes good and sometimes bad. But it's amazing how big an influence that taking care of mom experience, how it changed everything in my life, because it allowed me to do research and report upon the research in a public forum. And it wasn't long before I saw there was a concerted effort to suppress information on YouTube. It was organized, and I had no clue what I was getting into, and what a journey. But I had already devoted so much time to cancer research, and had run that gamut, and this channel, I promised never to do any cancer videos, but then Karen came along, and it just was so important to share, because I had access to the medical records. I had proof in my hands, but I never thought it would hurt me to do that. And so it's a cold world. It's a dark world. There's so much evil out there, and I don't know how else to describe it. It's dark, and it doesn't have to be, but I think fear will always control humans. Humans don't control fear.